Ladies and gentlemen, we'll go back, get started here. And we'll do the school board candidates this time. We do want to thank the Richland Bean Blossom Community School Corporation for use of the Edgewood Auditorium tonight, and Principal Dirk Ackerman is there in the back, and we really appreciate the support of the school in our civic activities here. So, in the best interest of time, what we're going to do is we've allotted, again, 3 minutes in response to each question, and we've decided to edit the questions down a little bit in the best interest of time so we don't stay out too late tonight. So our first question, and in the drawing, Larry Thrasher drew his name. He will be the first, and we will ask, what is the most important responsibility of a school board? And before that, you can go ahead and introduce yourselves. That I will not take that out of your time.
My name is Larry Thrasher. I lived around Ellisville in the Steinville community about all my life. I had a grocery business in Ellisville for 20 years. And I sold it and didn't do nothing for about 3 months. And I come up to school and got a job as a janitor, and I loved it. So I stayed here for 20 years. After I got up, retired again, I decided I'd run for school board. This is my 8th year on the school board, and that's about all I can say.
Okay. So, what is the most important responsibility of a school board?
Probably the most responsibility of the school board is to hire the right personnel to do the job as superintendent, assistant superintendent, and on down the line, and to set good policies and follow those policies.
Okay. Yep. All right. Great. Moving on down the line, and again, if you'll introduce yourself and a little bit about yourself, and then we'll get to the next question.
Thanks. First, I do want to say thank you to the Ellisville Richland Township Community Council and the Journal, and also to the school for the use of facilities, and thank you to those who have stuck around and are here tonight. I grew up in a small public school in central Indiana where my family made community service a priority. My extended family worked in public education as counselors, secretaries, teachers, treasurers, food service staff, janitors. I grew up seeing public education issues from many different perspectives. In school, I was a good student, involved in athletics, band, choir, clubs. I went on to graduate from Ball State University with a degree in history and a minor in Asian studies. After college, I pursued a career in ministry. My wife, Susan, and I have 3 children in the school corporation. We've done homeschool, private, and public education for our kids in our life, and we choose public education in the Richland Bean Blossom Community School Corporation. I believe that we need to show people the greatness of our teachers, our programs, and our vision. Prior to moving to Ellisville in 2009, I served on an education committee at a private school and was elected to their school board. In my career, I've overseen teams of people in programming, building projects, and budgets. I've coached kids' teams here in the community, as well as taken opportunities to volunteer in the schools when it relates to field trips, the Authors Fair, and career days. As a board member, I want to strive to get your perspective on what you want for your school. I'll try to inform the public using Facebook, email, conversations on discussable issues. I'll not be afraid to answer questions, ask questions, and have tough conversations. On a personal level, I live by a personal and business budget that strives to stay debt-free and fiscally responsible. I'm someone who's entrepreneurial and looks to fix things. I work on my own cars, remodel 3 homes, and fix most things people throw away. The Richland Bean Blossom Community School Corporation mission challenges the corporation to work cooperatively, responsibly, and creatively. And that's exactly what I love to do, and I will do. Now, in relationship to the question, actually, if you look up the bylaws and policies, you can go to the website for the Richland Bean Blossom Community School Corporation and see what the role and the policy really is of the school board. It's defined there, it's defined very clearly. I'd encourage you to go and read that. One of the things that it says in there is that it says that it's our job to represent you. That's the primary thing, and we set the policies. The school board, if I'm elected, will set the policies and the things in place that will help you and your children, your grandchildren, the people of this community excel and move forward. So that's what I want to see happen. That's what's defined in those policies. And I agree with Larry that if we have the right people in place and we build a system of trust where people trust the school board trusts the people it hires, and the people that it hires trust those people that they're in charge of, and we build off of that, then you have a great community and a great school. That's what I want to see happen.
What is his name?
Yes, please.
Mathew Shockney. Sorry about that. Mathew Shockney.
Moving on down the line. Brian.
Hi, my name is Brian Werner. I'm also a dedicated parent of kids here in the Richland school system. I volunteer and I'm active in coaching and working with all things my kids are involved in. I've worked in many jobs, varied jobs, construction, manufacturing, retail sales, in addition to my law enforcement career that spans over 18 years with the IU Police Department, with the St. Joe County Drug Task Force, and for the last 16 years with the Bloomington Police Department. I've studied at a major university here in Bloomington, and I've worked in some of the toughest gang neighborhoods in South Bend. In my daily work as a police officer, I'm often called upon to wear many different hats. For some, I may be a counselor, a teacher, a lawyer, a mechanic, a nurse, or maybe just a friend to someone who feels they have nothing left. I've seen the joy of a life saved or the sorrow of a life lost, and it's this rich and varied background that I can draw from when I make my decisions. These are all assets that I can bring to the school board. I think the school board should set educational goals, and they should work to strive to achieve those goals. Those goals should be big, and they should be bold. The board should seek out strong leadership for schools and challenge these leaders to accomplish these goals. As a board member, I'll ask questions and seek solutions. As a board member, I'll approach challenges in a creative way so that we can provide a quality education for our children now and generations to come. As far as the question of the most important responsibility of the school board, I believe it's to make sure the educational needs and desires of the community are being met by the school administrators. They need to be good stewards of the taxpayers' money and express clear goals to the administration as to the community's to what the community expects and is willing to pay for.
Okay. Thank you.